Hello comic book fans and welcome to Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now, we have such an amazing week of comics that I'm just going to go right into the pick of the week. Let's get this ball rolling. First up, from Marvel Entertainment, we have Iron Man, Viva Las Vegas #2, written by Jon Favreau and art by Adi Granov. Now, we all know Jon Favreau as the director of Iron Man, the movie, the big blockbuster, well, until Dark Knight came along, big blockbuster. So when he was writing this miniseries, after reading the first issue, I was like, alright, it's just going to be a Tony Stark story, you know, in Las Vegas. Oh, look, women, booze, whatever. In this issue, I was left pretty damn satisfied. Well, I had been. It's the pick of the week, for crying out loud. So let's give you the rundown. Alright, Tony Stark's vacationing in Vegas, he has the girls, he has all this stuff going on, and then he gets a call from Elsa Bloodstone. If you don't know who Elsa Bloodstone is, don't worry, I wasn't quite sure either. But for you Marvel fans, you might know her from Next Wave Agents of Hate. She's pretty much Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Tomb Raider. So she has that whole action, exploration thing going on. Well, the Golden Dragon Casino is opening up, and they have a huge statue, big, gorgeous statue of this dragon that they've unveiled. And Elsa is the one who found it in China, and she brought it over to the, Las Vegas casino. Well, it turns out all the freak accidents that have been happening and the overrunning of lizards in Las Vegas all of a sudden is because of this statue. And then at the unveiling ceremony, we find out this is no ordinary statue. This is none other than the mighty Fin Fang Foom. And he is spectacular. Usually in Fin Fang Foom, lore, he's kind of just like goofy looking and like, oh look, he's a giant dragon. Okay. In this rendition, in the Marvel Knights miniseries, he is fantastic. He is like nothing but a metal golden statue, breathing fire, wreaking havoc all over Las Vegas. It's pretty cool. And then at the end of the issue, Iron Man gets his gear on and he's about to go fight. And he goes, not on my watch, or whatever the catchy tagline is. But this book shows that Jon Favreau, he's not just the guy who, he knows what he's selling. He knows he can play in the Marvel sandbox, and I think he's been proving it with this book. Only 2 more issues left, but if you're looking for a fun Iron Man miniseries that kind of relates to the movie, I would recommend the Marvel Knights universe. Now, on to the Fast 5. First up from Vertigo Entertainment, we have House of Mystery #4. Now, I've been really enjoying the past few issues of the House of Mystery miniseries. We follow around this one girl, Fig. She's just come to the house, and the thing about the House of Mystery is it's a big bar hangout where one person tells a story every night, a different story, and then you get a story within the story, and then some beautiful art by a guest artist. In this particular issue, we follow a witch princess from another dimension as she's sent to this dimension because robots are invading her homeland and she needs to find true love. Eventually she finds it, but then she realizes, you know what, I don't want to go back if I find true love, so why don't I just chill here? I think it was what got me to pick it as a Fast 5 was Steve Rolston's art. It was very simple, yet very beautiful art. And if you don't know who Steve Rolston is, you might have seen some of the other stuff. Like, he wrote an arc for Operation Breaking Ground in Queen and Country, and then he also did some art on The Escapists as well. 2 magnificent books. If you want to find out what his art looks like, I would check those out. But yes, I've been really enjoying the House of Mystery series, and it's just mini stories like that really get me happy. Next up, from Dynamite Entertainment, we have The Boys #21. In this issue, we continue the I Tell No Lie GI arc, and we find out what really happened on 9/11 in their own contained universe. See, Dakota Bob, the president, he's been listening to the CIA reports, and he had fighter jets all around the airspace that morning because of the information. It's kind of a parallel of this world where, our president didn't get those memos and he didn't do anything about it, but in their universe, fighter pilots shot down the first plane. The second plane was going to be taken down by the 7. Well, the 7 take it down, but eventually they were totally unprepared. The Homelander doesn't care that he's killing all these civilians on the plane. Pretty much doomed all of them when he took out the pilot. the glass breaks, you know, the whole plane's going to pieces, and they're not doing anything to help the civilians out. It was a very dark issue. And then we find out that's how they got the tail section off, and that's how the plane crashes into the Brooklyn Bridge, destroying it. Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson have been doing an excellent job on this book, and this arc in particular, we're getting a lot of the backstory. Next up, from Icon, we have Criminal Volume 2, Number 4. Now, in this issue, we have a little origin story of Jacob. Well, not really origin, but it's a one-shot featuring Jacob. If you don't know Jacob, he was the crippled guy. He makes fake counterfeit IDs in his spare time. Well, it seems he's a little bit of an insomniac. When he's not doing his little weekly comic for the paper, he's hanging out at diners and whatnot. And in this particular instance, he notices a woman in the diner, and she and her boyfriend seem to be having troubles. She runs away because the boyfriend's getting rowdy. He picks her up, tries to be a nice guy, and turns out in the end she kind of saves him the back. Sure, he's getting out of sex out of it, but her boyfriend is looking for him to make him a perfect FBI badge. So, I don't know how many parts this is, but this is part 1 of 2 perhaps, but it's going to be a fun issue to see the story continue next month. Next up from Image, we have The Sword number 10. Now, the Luna brothers have been doing nothing but bringing the awesome to this book. Last issue, it's Zakros versus Dara, and in this issue, it's a big chase/fight. And I say slash because she's doing a lot of slashing with the sword. Zakros, it seems to be, is on the run from Dara. He's running away, doesn't want to get cut because he gets cut, then he heals. So the whole question is, wait, does she have to like behead him or something? But all this time we think he's running, like jumping from rooftop to rooftop, throwing civilians at her to keep her occupied, when in fact, he was just going to his power source. He controls the water, so now he has the entire Pacific Ocean at his disposal, making Daria go, aw, crap. So next issue is going to probably be the final battle between the two, and it could go any way. But, you know, I think she's going to win. This is just a hunch here. And finally this week we have from DC Comics, Nightwing number 147. Now, Peter T. Tomasi is once again on this book, and Two-Face asks for the help of Nightwing. Now, when we usually think of Two-Face, we always think of the murderous Two-Face, the one who's let that half of him always win, the more violent half. This is the first time in a while I have seen the calmer Two-Face, aka the Harvey Dent, talking to someone, and not the murdering psychopath. So he requests a favor from Nightwing so he asks a favor of Nightwing to protect one of his old friends, one of his old district attorneys, because she's going to be testifying. It seems a lot of people want her dead before she can give her testimonial. Nightwing does nothing but put his neck on the line for her in this issue, getting bumps and scars, and she seems to be okay throughout the entire time. But still, someone is trying to kill her, even after she's testified. Who is it? Who is Nightwing going to have to go after now? Tune in next month to find out. Well, comic book fans, that does it for this week of Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want to be our friend, go ahead and go to myspace.com/Cammy's Comic Corner. From there, you can click underneath that banner to subscribe to the RSS feed or to subscribe to us on iTunes. Or you can just go to youtube.com/Cammy's Comic Corner and post any comments that you want there. I've been getting tons of feedback, and I thank you all so much. It's been so much fun to talk with you all. That does it for Cammy's Comic Corner this week. I've been your host, Cammy. Have a good week.